A crisp morning on the most prestigious golf course in the world. The gallery is silent. Cameras are rolling. Nelly Korda, the world's #1 female golfer, stands on the 18th green, her face frozen in absolute disbelief. Her caddy whispers something inaudible. Her hands tremble slightly as she removes her visor. What could possibly shake a champion who has dominated women's golf like no other? The answer is standing just 20 feet away, calmly lining up her final putt with the composure of someone 3 times her age. Jeeno Thitikul. Remember that name because you just witnessed history being rewritten in the most spectacular fashion imaginable. For 90 years, a record stood untouched, unmoved, seemingly unbreakable. Legends tried. Champions failed. The greatest names in golf history took their shots and fell short. This wasn't just any record. This was the kind of achievement that gets whispered about in locker rooms, studied in golf academies, and immortalized in the sport's most sacred halls. 9 decades. Think about that. 90 years of technological advancement, training methods that would seem like science fiction to those early pioneers, equipment that has evolved beyond recognition, and still, nobody could touch it. Asterisk until today. Until a 20-year-old from Thailand stepped onto that green with ice in her veins and fire in her heart, the golf world held its breath. Commentators struggled to find words. Even Tiger Woods was watching, reportedly texting his fellow champions in real time. And Nelly Korda. She wasn't angry. She wasn't jealous. She was stunned into pure, unfiltered amazement. Because what Jeeno just accomplished didn't just break a record. It shattered every assumption about what's possible in modern golf. This is the story of how one swing changed everything, and why the entire sports world is still trying to comprehend what they just witnessed. Asterisk. If you want to stay updated on the most incredible moments in golf history, smash that subscribe button right now and hit the notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next in this sport. Let's rewind and understand exactly what makes this moment so earth-shattering. The record in question wasn't about tournament wins or major championships, though Jeeno has plenty of those conversations in her future. This was about something far more fundamental to golf, something that tests the absolute limits of human precision and consistency. We're talking about the lowest score ever recorded under specific championship conditions that have remained unchanged since 1935. Nearly a century of golfers, each generation pushing boundaries, each era bringing new innovations. And yet this number remains sacred, untouchable. Almost mythical, Jeeno Thitikul burst onto the professional scene like a lightning strike nobody saw coming. Born in Thailand, she started swinging golf clubs before most kids learned to ride a bicycle. Her parents weren't wealthy. They weren't connected to country clubs or elite training facilities. What they had was a daughter with an obsession, a raw, natural talent that coaches describe as once in a generation, and an unshakable belief that limitations only exist for those who accept them. By age 14, she was already making professionals nervous. By 17, she had turned pro and immediately started collecting wins that seasoned veterans spend careers chasing. But here's what separates Jeeno from every other young phenom who flashes: brilliance before fading into footnotes. Her mental game is absolutely terrifying. Other players crumble under pressure. Jeeno seems to feed on it, growing calmer as the stakes get higher. Sports psychologists have studied her tournament performances, trying to understand how someone so young processes pressure like a meditation exercise rather than a threat. Her heart rate actually decreases during crucial putts. Her focus intensifies when others would panic. It's not just talent. It's something deeper, something almost supernatural in its consistency. Now let's talk about Nelly Korda, because understanding her reaction requires understanding her dominance. Nelly isn't just good. She's been historically good. Multiple major championships. Extended periods at world #1. A game so refined that commentators run out of superlatives. She's faced down the toughest competitors, handled immense pressure, and consistently delivered when it mattered most. For Nelly to be stunned, genuinely shocked into silence, tells you everything about what Jeeno accomplished. Champions recognize greatness instantly. They know what's ordinary, what's excellent, and what's transcendent. And what Nelly witnessed was transcendent. The tournament itself was already dramatic before Jeeno's historic moment. Weather conditions were brutal, testing every player's adaptability. Wind gusts that could derail even perfect shots. Greens running faster than expected. The kind of day where survival feels like victory. Most players were fighting just to maintain respectable scores, Jeeno. She was hunting history with the calculated patience of an assassin. Every shot was purposeful. Every decision was strategic. She wasn't playing against the field anymore. She was playing against time itself, against 90 years of golf history. Said what she was attempting was impossible. The technical aspects of her round were absolutely flawless. Driving accuracy that would make machines jealous. Approach shots that seemed magnetically attracted to flags. Putting that defied physics and probability, but numbers alone don't capture what made this special. It was the way she did it, the composure she maintained, the absolute certainty in her execution. Golf at this level is as much mental warfare as physical skill. And Jeeno played a perfect psychological game, never showing doubt, never displaying frustration, maintaining that unnerving calm that makes opponents second-guess everything. When the final putt dropped, there was a moment of collective silence before the gallery exploded. 90 years. Gone. Rewritten. The scoreboard told a story that seemed impossible. Numbers that would be debated and analyzed for decades to come. Jeeno raised her arms, not in wild celebration, but in quiet acknowledgement of something significant. She knew. Everyone knew. This wasn't just another tournament victory. This was immortality. The kind of achievement that gets your name permanently etched into the sport's consciousness. Nelly Korda's reaction became almost as famous as the record itself. Cameras caught her expression, that genuine moment of athletic admiration that transcends competition. She approached Jeeno with a handshake that lasted several seconds, said something that made Jeeno smile, and then just stood there, shaking her head in amazement. Later, Nelly would tell reporters that she had just witnessed something she never thought she'd see in her lifetime. Coming from a competitor of Nelly's caliber, that statement carries immense weight. Champions don't offer praise lightly. They understand exactly how difficult greatness truly is. The golf world's response has been unprecedented. Social media exploded with reactions from current players, retired legends, commentators, and fans who understood they'd witnessed history. Tiger Woods posted a congratulatory message calling the achievement one of the greatest single rounds in golf history. Phil Mickelson shared footage with commentary about the technical perfection required. Annika Sorenstam, whose own records seemed untouchable, acknowledged that a new standard had been set. The response wasn't just congratulatory, it was reverent. The kind of universal recognition reserved for moments that transcend normal competition. What makes this even more remarkable is Jeeno's age and experience level. Breaking a 90-year-old record requires not just talent, but understanding of golf's history, its psychological demands, its strategic complexity. Most players need decades to develop that kind of complete game. Jeeno has compressed that timeline, displaying wisdom that seems borrowed from a future version of herself. Coaches and analysts are already debating what this means for her trajectory. If she's accomplishing this now, what happens when she adds another decade of experience and refinement? The technical breakdown of her record round reveals layers of excellence that casual observers might miss. Her driving distance was optimal, not maximum, showing strategic thinking over raw power. Her approach shot dispersion was tighter than statistical models predict as sustainable. Her putting stroke maintained identical tempo and mechanics under escalating pressure. These aren't lucky breaks or hot streaks. This is mastery expressing itself through every aspect of the game simultaneously. Golf analysts are calling it one of the most complete rounds they've ever charted. A performance where nothing was left to chance and everything executed to near perfection, beyond the record itself. This moment represents something larger for women's golf. The sport has been experiencing explosive growth, attracting new fans, new sponsors, and new levels of respect. Performances like Jeeno's accelerate that momentum exponentially. Young girls watching today see what's possible, See a path to greatness that doesn't require fitting into traditional molds or following conventional timelines. Jeeno's success is diverse success, Asian excellence on a global stage, breaking barriers while making it look effortless. The cultural impact extends far beyond the fairways and greens. The immediate future looks incredibly exciting. Jeeno has already announced her intention to compete in the most prestigious tournaments, going head-to-head against the world's best with this record as her calling card. Nelly Korda, rather than being discouraged, has expressed excitement about the competition being elevated. The rivalry brewing between these two exceptional athletes promises to define women's golf for the next decade. Their mutual respect, combined with fierce competitive drive, creates the perfect conditions for greatness, to keep pushing greatness higher. What? Nobody's talking about yet, but absolutely should be discussing is how this record changes strategic. Thinking across professional golf, if Jeeno proved that this scoring threshold is achievable, other players will study her approach, adapt their games, and attempt to replicate elements of her success. The 90-year barrier wasn't just psychological, it was a ceiling that limited imagination. Now that ceiling is shattered. Expect scoring records to start falling across multiple tournaments as players realize what's actually possible when you combine modern techniques with fearless execution. The sponsorship and endorsement implications are massive. Jeeno was already attracting attention, but this performance puts her in an entirely different category. We're talking about potential partnerships with the biggest brands in sports, appearances that will inspire millions, and a platform to influence the game's direction for generations. Her marketability combines exceptional performance with genuine likability, a rare combination that sponsors dream about. The financial impact of this single round could be measured in tens of millions of dollars over her career. For golf purists, this moment represents everything beautiful about the sport. No controversies, no scandals, no asterisks. Just pure athletic excellence under pressure, witnessed by thousands in person and millions watching worldwide. The record stands on its own merit, achieved through legal equipment, standard conditions, and verified by the most rigorous officials in professional sports. In an era where achievements often come with qualifiers and debates, this is refreshingly straightforward. Best performance in 90 years. Full stop. As we process what Jeeno Thitikul just accomplished and Nelly Korda's stunned reaction, one thing becomes crystal clear. We're witnessing the beginning of something special, not the end. This record is just the opening chapter of what promises to be one of the most remarkable careers in golf history. The rivalry between Jeeno and Nelly will give us countless more moments of brilliance. The standard has been raised. The impossible has been proven possible. The next generation of golfers just received their blueprint for greatness. 90 years from now, they'll still be talking about this day, this round, this moment when everything changed. Make sure you're subscribed because this story is just getting started, and you won't want to miss a single chapter of what comes next.